Yeah, I mean, hey, everybody can file a lawsuit. You could sue a ham sandwich.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
you can sue for anything. Now you know who I think is gonna eventually end up getting sued though.
hmm.
Like Southwest. I mean, did you see the black
Oh,
woman that was on the news talking about how
yes.
so obviously it went viral. Southwest has been changing a lot lately.
Hmm.
And one of the things that they are changing or they have changed is requiring plus size individuals to purchase two seats
Yes.
instead of one.
Yes.
And a black woman says Southwest gate agent, the people who let you on a plane,
Hmm.
refused to let her board the plane without purchasing an additional
Hmm.
$450 seat, a second seat. She already had her ticket in her
Right, right,
seat
right.
due to her size.
That's crazy.
She didn't have the money. She didn't have Klarna, afterpay, credit card, whatever.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So she was unable to pay that price, and they canceled her ticket. I wonder if they gave her money back. Did they give her money back?
I don't know. I think when you cancel, you have to get. Yes, they did give her her money back because they canceled it.
Okay,
Yes.
that's
So
good, but I mean, it's still
she
inconvenient.
it was super inconvenient because the other part of that story is that she asked the gate. First of all, if you're already at the gate, you know how close you are to being on your plane, like you're
Yeah.
about to board. So
Yes.
she was already going to board, and then you get hit with a $450 fee.
Yeah.
And so when she goes to question the gate agent and says, like, okay, it is on your website, but how are you determining
Exactly.
when to use this
Do
rule
y'all have
and
a
what not
scale? Are
to?
y'all measuring people?
That's what I'm saying. Are they breaking out the measuring tapes and trying to figure it out? So, what's interesting about this though is that they do cancel because she obviously can't pay $450 right on the spot.
Okay.
They give her her money back. She has to call her family though cuz everything doesn't transfer right away.
Yes.
Her family helps her to get to a Delta airline. She gets on Delta, no problem. They did not ask her to have a second because the other part that's missing out of this headline is that she would have had to pay for a second seat back. She was
Wow. Yeah. Right. Right.
yes,
Right. Right. I
so
didn't think about that.
yes, she would have had to pay for a second seat back. So it was completely out of her budget. So
Yeah.
she goes to Delta, she buys a ticket last minute because she's trying to catch a cruise,
Mm.
so she's gonna miss her cruise in a minute. No problems.
Yeah.
No
See.
problems.
See. To me, when I heard the policy, it's one of those things. It makes sense in theory.
Yeah.
So sure, you can justify like if somebody's overweight, they're plus size, and of course they need a bigger seat because or they need access to multiple seats because it make other people uncomfortable and all of this.
Hmm.
But like some people might look plus size or oversized to you for your standards, but then they go sit on their seat and they're
And they're
perfectly fine.
fine.
Maybe they're used to sitting on these smaller seats and they're just like, I'm fine. The people next
Hmm.
to me, hey, if you want to switch, get a better seat, right? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I understand what they're trying to do, but I just think it's not landing and it's not going to work because you said something offline that made a lot of sense about this. You said, okay, when it's a discrepancy with the bag, there's a real, there's like a real size requirement that you can put your
Yes.
bag on there and there's not really that much negotiating room you have. Either your bag is too big or it's too small or it's small enough to fit and it's going to fit on us to the plane or they can even check it or whatever if there's not enough space. How you gonna measure me? What if I'm 5'10", 250 or 350, and yes,
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable and I should get that second seat. But if I'm 6'1", 308, 360,
Hmm.
I mean 306, and maybe with a little leg room, little elbow room, I'm good.
Hmm.
So it's like it's not as easy to determine who's going to need a second seat
Yeah.
and
You.
who's not without specifically measuring somebody and having them
Yes.
sit in the seat.
I was gonna
Because what
say.
if nobody's even next to her?
Mhm.
Is the plane full? We don't we you need so many different
Yeah, that's true
details to
too.
determine if this person who paid me money, and it ain't even about the money, it's about they were trying to go somewhere. Maybe they was going to a funeral, maybe they was going to a
Imagine,
graduation.
imagine.
And going to a cruise, that's real money you didn't put up, you didn't plan and did all of this. So
What? Yes,
I
people
just think
work
it's a
hard.
bad, I just think it's a bad
I think it's bad
I
too
think it's a
because
bad policy.
even if you go into check this out, even if you go into the idea that like okay, you know, you put your bag in a so are you going to have a little plane seat and make everybody sit down and like that's embarrassing,
Yeah.
or are you just going to make the people that you think might not be able uh um to fill the seat or maybe need an extra seat, are you just going to put them in the makeshift seat, the pretend seat or whatever in the
Yeah.
front? So I think it is a real problem, but I don't know if this has any real solution that is not going to lead to discrimination.
The only solution I would say is because Southwest is one of those planes where they don't really have like a first class or like
Right,
a bigger
yes.
seats and stuff
Mhm.
like that, and they are changing that, I believe. So obviously offering that to more plus size individuals is going to, you know, kind of make this rule or policy a little bit irrelevant, because it's like, well, you're plus size, you can just order the
Mhm.
bigger seat. Like
But
there's
that's going to be more expensive.
yeah, so it's okay, so
That's
that allow but
discriminatory.
that allows you to, I think the issue is, I get what you're saying. I think the issue is, yes, that allows somebody who is oversized to actually solve their issue without having to pay a double seat. And yes, you're paying for one seat, but it takes away the friction of and the embarrassment and all of that. I think what you brought up, and now I'm thinking about it, it makes sense. If I didn't have the money in the first place, and then it's limited. It's not like these seats are just,
Right, right.
because I be sitting in a big and comfy in the front, and
Yeah.
I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
not, two people can sit with me.
Yes.
Like I don't, I just sit there just because I like to be in the front, because
Mhm.
if I got a meeting, I get right off the plane and go.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
if I don't have to go nowhere, I don't care. I sit in the back of the plane. We going
Mhm.
to the same spot. But like, I mean, what they gonna do? Ask me to give up my seat for some overweight person? I'm like, no, I
Yeah.
paid my money.
I paid my money.
So I just
It's
think it's
it's
not gonna
hard.
work.
It's very hard. But I you know, it doesn't say that she's filing a lawsuit, not yet, but the story did get a lot of attention. So I
Yeah, she
wouldn't be
went on the
surprised.
news. Um, she went on the news and, is trying to figure that out. So I don't know. It's just not gonna land for me.
It's a real problem.
Thank you guys for watching. In order to continue to support independent journalism, I need you to subscribe to our page below. And also, if you want the full podcast and more exclusive content, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description.